Can you talk about how are you leveraging AI and ML for cloud radioactive protection platform?
Yeah, that's a great question. So if you think about there are two ways you can detect threats or anomalies. One obvious way is that there are lots of databases of vulnerabilities and threats, and you can consume these threat feeds, and you can compare the signature of whatever traffic you're seeing or whatever anomaly you're seeing, and you can compare that signature with a known threat. And if there's a match, you can say, "Oh yes, that's that there's a problem." It's similar to your antivirus software, malware software that just kind of does a comparison and looks at what's out there. So that's one way of detecting what we call detecting known threats. But then equally important is to detect zero-day threats or unknown threats. What if you are the first one to see the threat? And we believe there are only two types of threats. There are ones that you know about, and then there are ones that they're in your system, but you don't know about them. But the assumption is they're already there. So how do you detect those? And that's where we use machine learning to identify anomalous behavior. So what we do is we look at syscalls and process information. We look at network information, and we collect all this data to create a baseline behavior model of your application. And so now we have that baseline behavior, and we continually monitor that application using the same data elements that we're collecting, and we compare your new state with the baseline state. And if we see a huge variance, some things, let's say all of a sudden your network traffic has gone up by 20 times. Maybe some streaming service or some bot has taken over that IP address, and they're VPCing some service through your pod, right? So that's an example of using machine learning to identify that, hey, this new behavior doesn't match up with your normal behavior, and hence there is a potential of a zero-day threat. We can push an alert to a SIEM. And the great thing about this active security component is that we'll automatically recommend a policy, and we'll say, looks like there may be a compromise here. While you debug what is the issue, you can draw a security mode around it so that nobody can access it. So you have some time, and during that time, you can do some more forensics work.